Hey guys, so this is a little haul with a difference because it's going to have a little introduction as well. So you all know that, or you should do, because he's been in a few of my videos, you all know that I have a cat called Peanut. He is a male domestic short hair and he is 5 years old, I want to say. He was born in 2009, so yeah, he is 5. We actually bought Peanut from a lady whose money we gave for Peanut, which was £25, so expensive. The money that we gave for Peanut was going towards bears that are mistreated in countries where they're used as circus performers and to entertain. So the money was going to like help towards that. So let me go get him. 1 second. Okay, so this is Peanut. He's huge. He's bigger than your average cat. However, I like to think he's big boned and not fat. He does have a bit of a waddle in the tummy area, but that was from when he got done, basically. Really? From when he got done. So we kind of forget the waddle. He's heavy, but we reckon it's just muscle more than anything else. So I thought I'd give you like a little introduction to Peanut first, before I carry on with this haul / introduction. Because 5 years ago Peanut was given to me by my boyfriend as a birthday present. And this year I turned 25 on the 25th of October. So my boyfriend thought that the next best thing to get is this little girl. Hello. So this is Luna. She is only about 6 weeks old now, we think. She was found abandoned on the Albert Dock on her own. No mum, no like siblings, nothing. She was just found on her own. She was covered in fleas. She like had really bad worms. She was basically dying very, very slowly. And she was rescued by a lady who works for Village Vets in Formby. And she was only about 3 weeks when they found her. They thought she might have been about 5-6 weeks, but I've done some sort of digging and research and stuff, and she must have only been about 3 weeks, because just like the process of her growing and stuff, she's only about 6 weeks now. So we've been trying to work out as to when to give her her jabs and her worming and her defleeing and all of that. So it's very difficult to guess a cat's age when you haven't seen the birth or know when she was born. So she's currently just staring at Peanut. So my boyfriend thought it'd be a good idea to get me this little lady as my birthday present. Her name is Luna. If you haven't already guessed by the name, it's Harry Potter themed. And she is extremely playful. She's growing like before our eyes, like literally the next day you wake up and it's like, okay, she's grown. And we were a bit worried because with older cats, when you introduce a kitten to them, or even an older cat to an older cat, they can react quite badly because they can become quite territorial and quite protective over their owners. So we were really, really lucky because Peanut started to mother her straight away. Usually you're supposed to leave a few days or like a week between getting your kitten and actually introducing them to, I'm going to put her down because she wants to go play. Between getting your kitten and actually introducing them to any other animals in the household, you're supposed to wait a while. And there's this trick that, what's his name? Jackson Galaxy, who is like a cat expert. I'll leave his YouTube below actually because he's amazing. He does My Cat from Hell or something like that. I think that's what it's called, My Cat from Hell. which is on telly, and they say that a good way for a cat to get used to a new kitten or a new cat is for them to get used to each other's scent first. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to put one cat on one side of the door, the other cat on the other side of the door, their bowls 3 feet away from the door either side, and then day by day bring it closer and closer to the door until like the bowls are touching the door and they're eating at the same time, because they'll be able to smell each other and they'll associate that new cat with a positive outcome, which is them being fed. But that was the plan. However, as soon as we brought Luna home, Peanut sensed straight away that something was up. I mean, we sometimes cat sit for the lady next door, and he knows straight away when we've been there because he can smell it. Cats are just like that, they can smell stuff. So he knew that she was here, and we were a bit wary as to we should introduce her straight away or if we should like do what Jackson said and do the whole 3 foot, 2 foot, 1 foot thing. But as soon as he saw it, it was literally like lick, lick, lick. He just would not stop licking her. I think she was a bit scared at first, but where she was being fostered before we adopted her, she has 5 cats and she also owns her cattery, so she'd be used to all the cat noises and stuff. So I think it was just meeting a new cat and him licking you straight away. That's a bit weird. I mean, imagine a human, first day they meet you, oh yeah, and starts kissing you. Bit awkward. So I can understand where she's actually just there playing with her tail and licking. So yeah, totally understandable. However, as each day has gone by, they're just getting more and more affectionate towards each other, more and more playful, which means that me and Wayne don't sleep because they're just constantly running around the bedroom, running into the sitting room and back again. Peanut jumps across us to get to the other side of the room quicker than Luna. It's madness. It's literally like having 2 babies, but it's all fun at the same time, so I can't complain. I'm going to stop rambling. Now that I've done a little introduction, I thought I'd give you like a mini haul of the stuff that we got for her. It's not going to be a lot because we already had stuff for Peanut, so I'm just going to kind of give you the gist of the stuff that we got her. So in terms of food, I've got fluff in my mouth, and funnily enough, I don't even think it's from the cat. The first thing we got her was food, obviously, and we got her the Whiskers Kitten grilled pouches, and they come in all sorts, like turkey, sardine, all sorts of flavours. There's a fly. And then we got her the Purina Go Cat Kitten with chicken and milk and added vegetables, and that's just some kibble. She's still not too keen on this. When we got her, she was only just being weaned onto water from her mother's milk. So yeah, we're still kind of testing waters with food, but she does love her Whiskers wet food, so that's a bonus. We're just trying to get her onto some kibble to help her teeth, because what we give Peanut is wet food and dry food, so that he gets the sort of water intake from the jelly in the wet food, and it also helps with fur balls. And we also give him the dry food to kind of brush his teeth, kind of, because there's a fly. Because there's some wipes and there's like toothbrushes and toothpaste you can get for cats, but he absolutely hates it. So there's no way I'm going in there because he's going to like bite me. But yeah, so we got her some dry food and some wet food. I'm not too keen on Whiskers or Go Cat, but Peanut was brought up on Whiskers and Go Cat for like four years, and he's turned out great. Touch wood. He's never like had any health problems. He's just gone in and out for his jabs. He's had a couple of checkups and he's been like fit, completely fit. So we thought, let's just bring Luna up on the same food that he's been on. And the reason that I don't really like feeding them Whiskers and Go Cat is because the percentage of meat that's actually in there is really, really bad. Like, for example, it doesn't actually say in here, but on the packet of you know, the cardboard packaging that the Whiskers sachets come in, it's like 4% chicken and that's it, and then it's all like crude oils and stuff like that. Whereas there's one food that we've been feeding Peanut for the past year, and it's literally just shredded chicken and jelly, and it was like minimum 45% chicken, and he absolutely loved it. However, for some reason, he prefers Whiskers, so I thought, seeing as we're feeding Luna on Whiskers, let's just put Peanut back on Whiskers as well. One bad thing about feeding a cat really like meat heavy food is that their poos absolutely reek. So going back to Whiskers was actually a benefit for our noses as well, which we didn't even realise till we went back on. So yeah, they both love that. They both love the dry and the wet food of Whiskers and Go Cat, so it's a recommendation. The next thing we got was oh, actually, before I go on to this, one bad thing about the food at the moment is she's not of the age where you would buy normal food for a kitten. So usually I think it starts from about 3 months. Now she's only about 6 weeks, so she's like a month and a bit. So say you feed a kitten, I don't know, 2 of these, we're having to give her like half a packet a meal. And she's always really hungry because obviously she's growing, but it's difficult to judge how much to give her because she still should be being fed by her mum. So it's like all over the place. And we thought we'd get her some treats to encourage her good behaviour and her bad behaviour and stuff like, not encourage her bad behaviour, why would you want to do that? Just encourage her good behaviour. So we got her like a small packet, just like Pets at Home kitten treats. And it was like, oh, this is really good. And then I read it, and it's like 3 to 18 months. And it's like, really? Because it's like, there's nothing out there that I know of that's easily available in, say, like Pets at Home. For people who adopt kittens like this, with only like 6 weeks, how are you meant to feed them things that's for an older cat? Because their stomachs aren't the same. Luna's stomach is way more sensitive than Peanut's. So, I don't know. They should have like an adoption section, which is like 3 months and under, where it's like some weak food but still as nutritious. Next 2 items are these 2 ceramic bowls. We've already got 2 like this for Peanut. The inside of Peanut's is exactly the same colour as this, and then the outside is brown. So we just got these, like, they're like a pinky lavender type colour. And the company is Mason Cash. Again, Pets at Home. Pets at Home is like amazing. It's like my paradise. Well, I wouldn't go that far because I can't get anything for me, but it's my pet paradise. So this is currently what she eats from. I try and mix her wet and dry food at the moment to see if she starts to get used to actually crunching the kibble instead of just wolfing down the wet food. We're getting there slowly. She's still there having a Jesus, there's like a fly that just keeps insisting. Anyway, the last item, she hasn't actually, well, she's been in a couple of times, but she prefers Peanut's, which means Peanut gets out of his and then it's all Luna's and Peanut sleeps on the sofa. And that is her bed. Now this is huge, I know. However, you should see Peanut's. Peanut's is even bigger. This is actually a dog bed. I don't know why a paw indicates dog because cats have paws, but yeah, this is actually a dog bed. And the reason that we got a dog bed, listen up all those pet furniture making places, cat beds are shite. Like, seriously. Okay, what do you want, Peanut? Cat beds are rubbish. You have those like shitty igloo things, which is actually what I wanted to buy for Luna in the first place. But as soon as like the cat grows and starts leaning to one side of this teepee thing, the bloody thing bends out of shape and it doesn't actually go back. And it's so weak and flimsy and crap. However, dog beds, because dogs are a bit rougher, I suppose, they're in a lot better condition. So we got her this bed. However, she doesn't seem to like it, so we're a bit buggered. We do have a fleece blanket because Peanut loves his fleece blankets, and Luna seems to as well because she's sleeping in his bed a lot. However, we put the fleece blanket on her new bed and she's just like, no, I'm not having it. So, yeah, a bit pointless. However, this cushion comes out So I don't know whether to just leave this out. Maybe it's how soft it is she doesn't like it. And then just leave it like this with the fleece blanket in it. Or, I don't know. But either way, she's happy. I'm happy that she's happy. Her and Peanut are getting along probably better than me and Wayne do on a regular basis. The final thing, which is pretty big, is the litter. Now, before we had Luna, we had Peanut in 1 litter tray with Kitten, which is the white litter, non-clumping. And it's not really biodegradable. You just chuck it in a bin bag and the bin men take it. However, with this new cat, we obviously had to get more litter trays. They say that for every cat you have to have +1 litter boxes. So with Peanut we were actually meant to have 2. However, we never really ran into any problems with him and his litter or anything, so we just kept with the 1. Peanut's trying to get into Luna's food. That's not a good idea. So with 2 cats we need 3 litter trays. So we got 3 new litter trays, just your basic, it's a brown litter tray, and like high balls because this one likes to pee quite high. And we got a litter that we had tried with Peanut that is flushable, biodegradable, and you only have to change every 4 to 6 weeks. Now this isn't everything. You obviously have to scoop out any pee or any poo because it's a clumping litter. So every time they wee, it forms a ball, and then you literally just get that ball out and the litter's clean. But obviously over time there's less and less litter, so you just have to top it up. But then every 4 to 6 weeks, you empty it completely, wash it, and do the whole process again. Really? No, Peanut. So the litter is a big bag. I'm going to see if I can bring it up. It's really, really heavy though. It's 13 kilograms. Oh my god. Okay, so it's this bag here. And it's the Power of Nature Cat's Best. The organic cat litter. 100% natural organic fibres. I feel like it's wood chippings type thing, because whenever they wee in it, it doesn't smell like wee. It just smells like wet wood. So that's already a bonus. Yes, that's your litter. It's a clumping organic cat litter produced from 100% naturally organic fibres, proven millions of times over in daily use. Total odour control, excellent absorption, simple to use and simple to dispose of. And yeah, you can flush it down the toilet, which is great because if there's a wee or a poo, you just get a little poopy scoopy or a wee scoopy now, and you just plonk it into the toilet. And then, yeah, it's just, like, no bad stuff to say about it. This massive bag cost £23, but then if you think about how much a small bag of cat sand costs, which is about £5 odd, and you need to keep changing it once or twice a week, with 2 cats even more so, and 3 litter boxes, can you imagine the amount of money that you're saving with this guy? So definitely get this if you have, even if you just have 1 cat. I would definitely recommend this. And I think that is it. If I have forgotten anything that I think you guys should know about, I'll leave it down below. From us, we say goodbye, and I hope you liked this haul and introduction. It was a bit strange, but I wanted Luna to kind of get her bearings before I started faffing about with cameras and showing her off and stuff. So she's sleeping, so I'm going to go and get this edited for you. So I will see you guys soon. Bye guys.